You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry ChillyBoy Chilson, and this is another Game of Thrones reaction video. And as always, for these reactions, I'm joined by my co-host Tyler. Hey, Tyler.
Hello, great to be back. We're getting closer to the end of season six. Very exciting. I mean, only what, two seasons left, I guess, because
Yeah,
it only goes to eight, right?
only goes to
Uh,
eight. We're in the home stretch pretty much at this point.
yeah, great timing. House of the Dragons coming up in a couple weeks. Well, HBO Max is going under probably
So,
soon too.
at the time of filming this, we're not sure how much longer we're gonna have HBO Max around. I don't know what's going on with Warner Brothers Discovery right now. Lots of question marks. We'll see what goes on with these million Game of Thrones prequels, sequels, spin-off. Days might be numbered, bruh. It's all gonna be reality TV on this little platform, and who knows what it'll be called. But
Discovery Plus, Game of Thrones, maybe. Or
But we are on episode 8. No one. So last episode, a familiar face returns, and that is the Hound. Sir Clegane made his return to Game of Thrones. He's alive. He was saved by Ian McShane.
he lives.
He
Well, he
lives.
doesn't, but the Hound
No, well,
lives.
one of the two lived.
He lived, but not the other guy.
Chilling in this little tiny village, living the Amish life until it all went wrong. All the peaceful people got killed, and now the Hound is back on the action. Grabbed that axe and went for something somewhere. So we'll see what happens with
Yeah,
him.
mystery.
Then we see Marjorie talking with the High Sparrow. He's being weird as per usual,
What else
but
is new?
he kind of veiled threats Olenna to Marjorie, like get your granny up in here, or we can't ensure she won't be in danger. Marjorie goes to her grandma and convinces her to leave King's Landing to go back home to High Garden and kind of leaves her a little subliminal message just in case she gets caught. There's no words on there to incriminate Marjorie, but the sigil kind of gives a hint to what she's trying to tell grandma. Meanwhile, Olenna gets a nice little roast session in, both with Septon Unella and then later with Cersei. Cersei's still confident. She's still feeling good. She's like, look, I got my trial by combat on the way. I'm feeling all right. These people ain't gonna touch me in this city, okay? So I'm gonna stay here, Olenna. Mm.
I mean, with the when you have the mountain on your side, and he's like a giant zombie. I guess that's pretty good reason to have faith in a trial by combat, right?
Well, then we see John Sansa and Sir Davos get the wildlings on board with a heavy assist from Tormund and One One. So they have a wildling army. They then work on little Miss Lady Mormont, but she's fierce here, just like I think she will be in The Last of Us. And first is a little hesitant, but thanks to Sir Davos, comes around and pledges her 62 strong Bear Island men to fight.
I'm intrigued to just see what they're capable of if they're as powerful as they say they are.
House Glover, not convinced, and is like,
Mm.
get out. This is just your family screwed us earlier in the show. We're done. So all in all, the army's looking a little scraggly, to say the least. But Sansa is reaching out to friends. She mentioned a couple people last episode that she wanted to see still, and John's like, "No, we gotta go. Like this is it." So we'll see what Sansa is up to and what this little army John was able to raise can do. Then we got Jamie and Braun arriving at River Run, and the phrase "a hot ass mess" as per usual. I don't think they know any other way to live. They're threatening to hang Edmure, but they don't because the Blackfish is like, I don't care. Do what you're gonna do.
He was very adamant about it. Like whatever, do
Jamie
it
gets a good old bitch slap in on one of them stupid phrase,
with his
and
fake
then
hand.
and then he meets with Blackfish face to face, and they have a little parlay. Though it's not really so much a parlay. as it is just Blackfish kind of being like, nah, I just came down here to see what you were all about, Jamie. And I'm disappointed. Try to do what you're gonna do. We'll be here for 2 years. Deuces. And goes back into his tower. So yeah, we'll see what River Run holds.
Right.
Then we got a glimpse at Yara and Theon on the run. We see Yara getting it on with some little prostitutes
Good for
over
her.
in Slaver's Bay, antagonizing her little bro a little bit. He's going through PTSD, and she's like, "I need you. Look at me, Theon. Look at me." Uh, if you ain't gonna be here, then it's time to jump in that water and end it all, please, because we got the shit to do, sir. But more importantly, after Theon's like, all right, no, I can do this. We learn they're headed off to Marine to try to win Daenerys's army and her dragons and her faith in their fight against their uncle. Yay, a Euron versus Yara and Theon race to Marine.
It makes me nervous.
Also, racing Daenerys. She's not even in Marine. So it's all everybody's just racing to get back to Marine. And then finally, I thought I'd end off with this one, seeing as the title kind of leads us in the direction we may be going this episode. We get just a
Mm-mm-mm.
glimpse of Arya as she's negotiating travel out of Bravos, and she's got a lot of money. Say, don't ask me where it came from. That's none of your business. Let's just go. She did navigate getting it earlier. It's not quite early enough, and the waif disguised as an old lady comes up and just yanks her in that stomach a few times.
I saw
Uh,
it coming from a mile away.
Arya gets a little headbutt in and just kind of like flops herself into the river.
Yeah, what could you even really do at that point?
And is able to escape for the moment, but she's on the move, nowhere really to go in this city, and very injured. So
Everybody's a suspect because you don't know which face that wave could have on in this
who's
movie.
after Arya? No one and everyone all at once. So we will see what happens in episode 8 titled No One. So let's go ahead and jump right in.
Oh,
No, oh, we don't have a cold open. We're back to the theme starting
back
us
to the
off this
standard.
episode.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so is this the end of our journey in Bravos soon this season?
Maybe. I'll miss that statue if it is. That statue's really cool.
My firstborn son,
Oh, it's that actress lady again.
my child king.
How many times do I have to see this play?
Fight no more, sweet. Your wars are won.
Was Arya gonna show up to this one, like also, but like badly wounded?
Let the crown fall.
All right.
She implemented
She's
a little bit of Arya's notes from the last time.
she's going for that Game of Thrones Oscar, I guess, or Tony, or Golden Globe, or Emmy, whatever they have as awards in Game of Thrones world. She's still drinking stuff out of that
I say,
bottle.
oh,
Uh-oh. It's gonna be old injured Arya back there, isn't it? I know it. You're looking pretty bad, Arya.
girl, did you at least wrap your stomach? Or have you just been like slowly bleeding out to death?
I don't think she was really doing a great job based on how she looked.
He was on the brink of death.
She still looks like she's on the brink of death.
They've always liked me.
What happened to the actress?
Oh.
The one who wanted you dead.
Yeah, good question.
She'll have a hard time finding work as an actress after what I did to her face.
Whoa.
Oh. Is this
I would've
Arya's
liked-
new assassin teacher?
I mean, that's one way to get blacklisted, I guess.
Oh, she's looking for me.
The woman who just stabbed her up.
Yeah, it's complicated, actually.
Girl, do you see how tore up she is? Clearly somebody's out for her.
Yeah, I'd be a little suspicious. What happened?
What's that?
Milk of the poppy.
Oh,
I don't want any.
we're getting lit up in here, aren't we?
It's the only way you will heal.
No, she put a healthy dose of that damn poppy in there
That's I mean, like 2 shots of vodka. Look at her.
already.
Oh god, it's these guys.
I was a famous kisser.
Well, hopefully they'll die soon, so we can get this over with.
Pussy to me. Look at him. You go, oh boy. Fuck you.
Okay. Well, the Hound, where are you? Please.
Off on that.
Oh,
Oh.
oh,
Ooh. Well. Jesus.
oh.
Oh. Oh.
Shit are dying, you know that.
Oh. Well, he just wrecked them real good there.
Another one.
They're just multiplying, aren't they?
I hope you're right about this expedition of yours.
Oh,
I don't return. You know I was wrong.
Alright, where are you going, Varys? Alright, secret mission Varys, huh? What's she doing up in here?
well, the wine is back.
Oh, and Kyvern's back too, baby!
All members of the Faith militant have been permitted entry to the Red Keep.
Oh god.
Have been
Oh.
permitted. That's rather a tortured way of putting it.
Been
We're
invited.
we're getting wind up, Cersei, which means she's gonna be extra feisty and hilarious, probably.
Yes, Your Grace.
He's the one who asked him to come, Cersei.
Oh my god. Alright. Starting off on
Did
the
you not
strong
hear
foot
what
here.
happened last time when Jamie went to go there?
Oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Well, at least the mountain's there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your Grace, His Holiness the High Septon wishes to speak with you at the Great Sept of Baelor. The High Septon commands you. Are you sure you want to refuse him?
Does he?
Well, she has the
Promise
mountain.
me I can stay in the Red Keep until my trial.
He made no such promises. If you refuse to come of your own free will.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, you heard the woman. Oh.
Oh.
Not so
I
fast.
said, what do you think you step into?
Move aside, sir.
Yeah, okay.
What you
That's a
want to do
bold
about it,
statement.
Lancel?
Man to step aside or there will be violence.
That is not a man. That is a mountain.
I choose violence.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, that didn't do anything. Well, you're done for. You made a grave mistake. All right, who's next? Oh, well, he's not done with them.
Oh, Jesus. Look at that. You were saying, Lancel?
Next in line. Just freaking Mortal Kombat fatality, that man.
What did the High
Please tell
Septon
His
want?
Holiness he's always welcome to visit.
Ooh.
All right. Made quite a statement there. Oh man, they finally made it.
Hey.
You have a keen military mind, Paul.
Back to the road.
He's trying.
Oh? Uh-oh.
Reunion.
She spotted him. She focused on somebody else. Brienne, get your head in the game, girl.
Totally understandable.
Getting a bit old to be a squire, aren't we?
Oh, another reunion.
Kinda, yeah.
Well, he'd fuck her, that's for sure. And she'd fuck him, don't you think? The way she looks at him.
No.
You're the one with the magic cut.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You must have shown it to her by now.
Oh no.
In my experience, girls like her don't live very long.
I don't think you know many girls like her.
Underestimating.
She had the sneakiest man in the Seven Kingdoms, smuggling her. So
Sansa dead.
Ride south again with your mission complete and your army intact.
What do you propose?
This should be interesting.
To Riverrun under a flag of truce. Let me try to persuade the Blackfish to give up the castle.
This is quite a plan.
is a little stubborn.
No,
He's even more stubborn than you are.
Yeah, let's get that cross that bridge when we get there.
The old goat. He won't listen. No might. My word. You have until nightfall.
With haste, Brienne.
All right.
Oh.
Also, here's your sword back.
It will always be yours.
Sexual tension in this scene is unreal.
Man, always so honorable.
Honor compels me to fight for Sansa's kin.
Who?
Of course.
Well, that's not good. That's not good.
Oh.
No, Jaime only has one hand now, and Brienne is quite a formidable warrior.
Yeah, I think we know where that battle will end for you, Jaime.
If he had both hands, maybe not.
I've seen her since she was a child. I don't know her signature. I don't know you, and I will not surrender.
Well, that went well so far.
As I have said, my name is
Yes, Brienne of Tarth. I know your father. Good man.
Jeez.
You always spoke highly of. That is what I have done, and I will continue to do until the day I die.
Oh.
Been served.
She's exactly like her mother.
Oh, so that's why he has. That was one of the letters, I guess, right?
Bloody well take it the way everyone else does.
Well.
Told you he was stubborn, Brienne.
Seems we're setting up for a fight. Unfortunately, where Brienne would have to fight Jaime.
What is all this?
Uh-oh. Well. She's walking around with the mountain, so
she got a swagger back to her walk.
Everybody's shook. They're just walking in.
Your place is in the gallery with the other ladies of the court.
Evan, why did you flip so fast? I thought, weren't you on our side when we wanted to overthrow the damn sparrows?
Well, guess she'll take the mountain elsewhere, and everyone will run away from her.
I know all these women are like, oh shit, don't bring him too close to us.
Crown has decided that from this day forward, trial by combat will be forbidden.
What? Come on. Well, I guess you're screwed.
Cersei Lannister and Loras Tyrell will stand trial before 7 septons as it was in the earliest days of the faith. 7 blessings to all.
That's BS. Well, yeah, I don't know what she's gonna do now. That was kind of her ace in the hole.
Lancel ran and tattletale to the damn High Sparrow, and he came up with this stupid little plan. And there's Tommen just rolling over as always.
My little bird's investigated.
And? Is it just a rumor or something more?
Oh.
Much more.
Nope.
Now, what is this?
Looks like
now,
Cersei and Qyburn are on to the next devious plan.
What is plan B? Tyrion said, "Time to liven this place up a bit. Let's all drink."
Anyone not drinking is disrespecting our queen.
Oh.
That's one way to do it, I guess.
You like it?
Tastes like it has turned.
Yes, yes. Fermentation.
Like, this shit tastes rotten, bruh.
Sunday, do you like the wine?
I do.
Tell a joke.
All right, loosening up.
You know how many languages, girl?
2 translators are on a sinking ship.
Attempt.
She tried, Tyrion.
That fake petty laugh.
Worst joke I ever heard.
Oh.
You don't even know what a joke is.
I'm soldier all my life. You think I never hear joke? I make joke.
All right, let's hear it.
The Grey Worm. Telling her that's the worst joke you ever heard in her life is not the way to woo her, bruh.
The madam says.
Oh.
Well, we're finally getting some fun development here with all three of them. Uh-oh.
Oh.
The masters have come for their property.
Not quite going to plan, Tyrion.
Where are you, Daenerys?
Where?
I give you the impression that this was a negotiation. It's not.
Ooh.
Well, not going too well.
Some level, you understand. Fine-looking fella.
Man, everybody just finds Jaime Lannister to be really attractive, don't they?
Your golden armor. How do you tell yourself that you're decent after everything that you've done? The things we do for love.
Oh, yeah, not that line again.
The infamous line.
You didn't come here to talk about our sisters. I'll send for your baby boy. And I'll launch him into River Run with a catapult.
Jesus.
Because you don't matter to me, Lord Edmure. And if I have to slaughter every Tully who ever lived to get back to her, that's what I'll do.
Okay. Kind of definitely creepy there. Not one of Jaime's finest moments. Doing all this because he loves his sister. In a romantic way.
Oh.
It makes it 100 times worse.
I demand entry.
Don't let him in. Because it's a trap, you idiot. Don't let him in.
He's my lord, my lord. I've sworn to serve the Lord of Riverrun and obey his commands.
You're not obeying Edmure's command. Knife to his throat. That is not a valid order.
This is quite a conundrum.
Lower the drawbridge and open the gate for Lord
No, not a good idea.
We've just surrendered our most valuable prisoner.
All right. Let's see what happens.
Command all the forces within the castle to lay down their arms.
Oh. Blackfish is not going to like this.
Put him in irons and hand him over to the Freys.
Oh, shit.
Okay, Edmure.
All right. Wherever Blackfish is, hopefully he is gone far away.
This is my family home.
Your family is in the north.
Come on, fool.
Come with us. Don't die for pride when you can fight for your blood.
That's a good point.
You serve Sansa far better than I ever could.
You both serving her is better than that.
Go on.
I mean, he's not going to win, so...
Proper sword fight in years. I expect I'll make a damn fool of myself.
Come on. No. After all that, that's how he's going to go out?
He died, fighting my lord.
We didn't even get to see him die. Would have liked to have seen a battle. Oh, they locked eyes still.
Every time they part.
Just smile and wave. Just smile and wave.
Well, there's the wave at least. Oh shit.
Oh, I got the catapults. Something.
Here's your piece, Tyrion, that comes with dealing with slave masters.
Yeah.
They really honored that deal, huh, sir?
Now they're just blowing everything up.
I was wrong, I admit it.
Oop.
It's like, oops.
Could mount a defense off the beachhead if the slavers'
No more
forces...
talking from you. Your talking gave us the...
No more. Shut up.
What the army should do. You do not know what the army should do.
What the hell?
Well, sounds like it won't take long for them to get to you, Grey Worm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, pick up a weapon.
Well, they ready.
Well, I hate to be that guy. We just go out there and
You
explore.
go first and take a look.
Yeah, it wouldn't be me.
Oh.
Oh, I guess because it's on the roof. She's back. I was like, who else would be on the roof?
Hey. Right in time, girl. Your city's in flames and not the good kind you like to make.
That works too, I guess. That we get to see them again.
Hey.
What the fuck you doing here? Chasing them?
Hanging them.
Yeah, you're kind of killing the people I'm trying to kill.
They're our men.
They're mine.
Yeah, I want to kill them, not you.
Killed you once before, Dundarian. Happy to do it again. Chop off one hand.
We're just bartering what he's allowed to do to this man.
You ought to join us. We could use you.
That would be kind of exciting.
You walked away from the fight. How did that go?
Well, we're gonna give this man a new purpose. At the very least, it's nice that she's having like a motherly type figure just take care of her while she heals from these multiple stab wounds. Oh no. No, I spoke too soon. Why must I always praise the nice people in this show?
Lady Crane?
You may as well not even go check. Just leave. Oh. Oh.
Wow.
If you'd have done your job.
Oh. This crazy psychopath woman. I'm like, all right, let's.
Oh.
I'm the bail, even though you're injured. She's walking all funny, like P1000 or something. Run, Arya, run!
But she basically is the team.
Right, she got away for a minute.
Being back in the crowds is where the nerves come back.
She's right up there. She's enjoying this a little bit too much for my liking. This woman needs to die.
Oh shit!
Oh, and she's gonna fall all the way down those steps. Oh, she picked the worst place to fall.
Yeah, girl.
This
The
is
problem
not
is
time
you
for
still
a
have to
break.
get up and keep moving.
She's
after
in the
doing all that.
Yeah, she's up at the top waiting. This woman.
Like hunting a wounded seal.
What do you mean? Like P1000 won't stop.
Getting her Michael Myers on now, just slow stalking.
Evil dies tonight.
Girl.
She's like barely even walking at this point. Just leaving blood trails. What you got up your sleeve? Gotta do something to survive. Just gonna walk in there in the dark. Okay.
At least she went getting out of here.
No escape. Oh, so that's where she put her needle. All right, we're gonna get a battle. We'll try anyway. Do this. Oh, we're doing it in the dark. Didn't even get to see the battle.
Tyler
Well,
toured it twice in one episode.
Well, somebody lost.
Okay,
all right.
What the hell?
I'd be a little confused too. Not used to that kind of stuff in here. Oh shit!
You told her to kill me.
Oh.
Uh-oh. It's like, I win.
Finally, a girl is no one.
Nah, it's too late now at this point.
A girl is Arya Stark of Winterfell.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Going home.
Yeah, he's like, fuck all this. fuck the waif. Fuck you. I'm going back home.
I'm tired of this treachery. Like,
Yeah.
all right, girl.
Yeah.
Head on.
This was fun. You need to hire some new person now because
I killed your other girl and I'm out of here. So you're gonna have to find someone else to clean the dead bodies.
Yep. Put up a help wanted sign. Arya get finally killing that chick, the waif. In brutal fashion.
Evil finally died tonight.
Finally, somebody finally took out that woman.
Tired of this damn way.
She was a menace.
Well, that was episode 8. No one. And this was definitely a longer episode. A lot more happened this go round.
Yeah.
So we see everything happening over in Meereen once more, starting with Tyrion and Varys walking through the streets. Tyrion is very proud of himself. He's like, look, we have some peace in the streets once more. Varys is not buying. Yeah. And Varys is like, I got a secret mission. Peace out, brah. I'll see you on the flip side.
He left at the perfect time.
Yeah, left right before chaos ensued once more. But before that, even, we see Tyrion once again for like the millionth time since he's arrived in Meereen, trying to loosen Grey Worm and Missandei. But he makes some inroads this time. He gets him to drink. They make a little joke here and a joke there. So,
they tried. They tried their best. Even Grey Worm.
And as he's finally breaking through to them, come the ships of all of the slave cities he had made deals with. And just as we kind of thought, they were like, no. We've now banded together and we are coming to take down your stupid city. Good luck. And they start firing on Meereen, these fireballs into the city. There is no longer peace, and we are even in more disarray. Chaos everywhere once more, and the city is under siege. And Missandei and Grey Worm make sure to remind Tyrion that they tried to warn him of this.
Yeah.
I know. I get it. I understand.
At least he accepted his faults, right?
But we hear a thud. They're not sure. Is this just something smashing into the Great Pyramid, or what is going on? They send one little lonely Unsullied into the dark room to investigate all by himself.
Poor guy.
But thankfully, emerges Daenerys.
At least she made it back, right?
He has finally arrived. And Drogon hopefully does not fly away too far. We're going to need you to stay around, sir.
Keep him, break out the other two. We have some stuff to take care of.
That's the only place you can go, Drogon, is to go break out those other dragons. Otherwise, we need you to stay close, okay?
I mean, they got stuff to do if they're going to take out these folks with this war. I mean,
well,
going on outside.
We've got some firepower on our side now because...
Yeah, wait for him to come to us in the one place we can defend.
So, how did you feel about everything in Meereen this episode?
Oh, man. I mean, it was always... I think a lot of the time, the stuff in Meereen is always enjoyable in some shape or form. Finally, after so many, I guess, episodes at this point, I'm not sure just how long the time frame was, but it was great to see, I guess, Tyrion finally break through with these two people after they've kind of been very standoffish with him for forever at this point. You know, they finally have some sort of camaraderie around wine, which is like the Tyrion staple at this point. But yeah, I mean, I guess we kind of all figured that the slavers were going to be very angry and come back and probably do that. At least Tyrion admitted that he was wrong. But also, thankfully, Daenerys has returned. So I imagine that's probably going to, you know, be a big factor into saving what's left of Meereen at this point, because she's got Drogon and her two other dragons are down there. Hopefully, we're just going to let them all run loose and take out everybody. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. I mean, I will be intrigued to just see what this secret mission that Varys is up to, just because I feel like we don't know too much about it, and he's, you know, he always has intriguing little birds and other secrets that he's keeping. So I wonder what this new secret mission will entail.
Speaking of lots of secret missions, we do see Cersei and she has been summoned by Qyburn. Apparently, she didn't listen to what happened there on those steps because she was shook. She did not understand that Tommen just, is in line with the High Sparrow now.
Oh well, she just forgot, I guess. I don't know.
So she comes on out and she's greeted by Lancel and these other little sparrows, and they're like, "Look, you are requested now at this Great Sept of Baelor." And she's like, "Well, I'm not gonna go, actually. Tell him he can come here if he wants to speak to me." So they're like, "Well, okay, I mean, violence will happen if that's what you choose." And she said, "Yes, I choose violence."
Love
Precisely. I choose violence.
Literally. Yeah, I have a mountain, so.
And they learned real quick the mountain is not just some ordinary man that they're playing around. Literally ripped this man's head clear off his body, took
It's
a
like
damn axe thing to the chest and
Like it was
didn't even
nothing.
flinch.
That's what I
Lancel
mean.
was shook and ran for the door.
It was like a Mortal Kombat fatality that he pulled on that guy, on the
I
the
mean,
sparrow.
literally, they could have said fatality across the screen when he did that to that man.
And then the rest of them were like, actually, we're not going to try and fight that guy anymore.
And she got her badass moment in. Unfortunately, it quasi backfired on her because those little sparrows ran and told the High Sparrow what happened. And he clearly went and got in Tommen's ear, and Tommen, had a religious awakening and decided, starting today, all trial by combats are outlawed, and Cersei and Loras will now have to face 7 septs in the Great Sept of Baelor. So her plan to use the mountain was shot down by her son. Thankfully, though, it seems she had already started scheming elsewhere because Qyburn is reporting
Plan
back.
J, yeah.
Qyburn is like, "Yo, okay, I went and investigated what you asked, and it seems we may be on to something."
The mountain is too good at killing. They had to ban him from doing it, apparently.
How did you feel about everything in King's Landing?
It was fun as usual in one shape or form. Cersei is just one of those characters, just even though she is villainous in many ways, she is one of the more entertaining villains of the show, just in the way that she acts, and everything that involves her usually is entertaining in some shape or form. This time, just defying the Spy Sparrow, like, actually, I choose violence, and because I got the mountain. I think we all kind of expected the mountain was this like zombified Frankenstein's monstrosity. And I think that was probably the first time like it was fully put on display as far as like someone trying to fight him at this point, because we've seen him kill people in this form, but someone trying to attack him, it was brutal. Like, I was shook watching it. We've seen him brutally murder people before. I mean, that's not anything that we haven't seen. It's not new, but it's still always a shock when he actually does it. The creative ways that he just rips people's spines out, straight out of, like I said, Mortal Kombat. Like, so that's the one I gravitate towards. He like I said, he's too good at killing. They had to nerf him. They had to ban the trial by combat because the mountain is too powerful. That's all I could think of as far as why they all of a sudden decided to throw that out the window. Like, we can't have this happen. We got to rig this match. We just saw what he did against one random sparrow. Who the hell would fight him? Just hearing or seeing, I guess, what he just did to that man would deter anyone from fighting him. How do you defeat him? But as far as the backup plan, that is also intriguing. What are they cooking up as a backup plan, since now they can't do a trial by combat? I mean, Qyburn's a pretty crazy fellow, as we've seen with the mountain. So I can only imagine what wild possibilities there will be for whatever this plan B will be to, I guess, take them out and or keep Cersei from whatever punishment again, because she'll have another punishment.
Well, then the other Lannister twin over in River Run is met by Brienne. We got a reunion for the first time in a while. We also got an unexpected reunion, one that maybe we forgot they had met. We had Bronn and Pod.
Yeah, that was back in the day now.
Back in the day. Yeah, long time ago for them. But they had a fun little banter back and forth. And Brienne and Jamie seem to be picking up pretty close to where they left off last time we saw them.
I would say so.
But they're also kind of show their deepest character once more. Brienne is trying to be a knight. She's always honorable. And she does tend to bring out the most honorable of tendencies when it comes to Jamie as well. She convinces him, at the least, let me try to convince him to fight for Sansa. And if they do, you'll let them go in peace. And he agrees. I think he would have stood by his agreement. But they tried to warn Brienne. The Blackfish was a very stubborn old man. He was not going to leave this castle ever. He read Sansa's letter. He's like, she's wonderful. I hope she takes back Winterfell, but this is my home, and I'm not going to just give it up. What's it going to be? So Jamie has to cook up another plan because that one, getting through to the Blackfish was never going to happen. He would have had 2 years of standoff. So he goes to Edmure and is like, look, bro, I'm gonna try to negotiate with you on a heart-to-heart level. That doesn't work. So we gotta threaten Edmure. Basically, you go in there and convince them to open these gates, or I'm going to kill your baby son right in front of your eyes. Probably your wife too, all of them. I don't care. I'll kill all the Tullys I need to do to get this to happen.
Yeah.
And Edmure does. He does just that. Blackfish tries to warn him. He knows that these little kids, I don't know, they're ignorant because that one was shook when Edmure told them to lay down the arms and open the gates. Like, what, sir? I was like, Blackfish tried to tell you what was going on, bro. Like,
honestly,
come on now. He does do that. Jamie gets in, and Brienne and Pod flee. They tried to get Blackfish to come with them, but he's like, let me just die in my home, I guess. Again, Brienne and Jamie must wave goodbye as she is off and back on to Winterfell. Unfortunately, without the Tully army she had hoped for. So, how did you feel about River Run?
A lot of that stuff was pretty great as well. It was like, the reunions, like I said, were pretty awesome seeing all the different reunions. I mean, it seems like this season in general has had quite a bit of reunions finally after so many seasons of a lot of these characters apart. Finally seeing them come back together has been a lot of fun to me. It was cool to see Brienne and Jamie finally, I guess, reconnect a little bit. It seems like there's always been that continuous, I don't know if you want to call it romantic, sexual tension energy. I don't know. Maybe Jamie just has that with everybody. So, being as how like everybody is always talking about how handsome he is. Everyone just finds Jamie so attractive. Valid. I can't knock him for that. But I guess of the two relationships, I guess I would prefer. Well, I don't know because I think it would be kind of cool to see Brienne with that Tormund guy too. So Tormund, even though she's not very as receptive to his advances, I could see either happening. But Jamie very clearly, evidently by the way he's speaking to Edmure while he's basically threatening him at that point. He seems very adamant that he's only doing everything for his sister, who he's in love with romantically, which is still, I mean, at this point, 6 seasons in, like I'm kind of just used to it, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's still
what
wrong.
What a thing to come numb to, right? What a thing to just okay. It is what it is.
At this point, whatever. Out of all the crazy stuff in the show, like incest, I guess, is kind of lower on the totem pole at this point. Yeah, Jamie. I like Jamie most of the time. This episode was kind of like in the middle, just because he's just what he was doing. As far as Blackfish, I mean, basically what he said happened, and it's unfortunate that he decided to be stubborn even till his very death to go fight in this castle until he died, and we didn't even get to see him fight. I was kind of disappointed we didn't get to see him actually defend him, try and fight at all until he dies. I mean, I guess he said he was, pretty rusty, so I guess it might have been kind of embarrassing. He might have not actually survived that long, for all we know. Maybe that's why they didn't show anything. It makes me nervous though that they didn't get the Tully army for whenever this battle is coming up, because that's I imagine we don't have too much time left until this battle, and they don't really have much of a army against Ramsay at this point. They just keep getting close to adding more people, and unless they add more people in between, like I don't know when the fight is coming necessarily, but I am nervous for them just because they keep not getting new people to add to the army.
Then we see the Hound picking up right where he left off last episode.
Killing.
Some more brutal deaths. That first little camp of Brotherhood Without Banners. Woo, he chopped them up good. And then catches up to the rest because he was on a mission for that damn leader, certainly. But we see that they are already in nooses. They have been caught by Beric Dondarrion and Thoros of Myr. First time we've seen them in quite some time.
It's always fun to see Beric Dondarrion just because he's just like he's one of those characters that I just find so fascinating because of the fact that like he can come back to life.
He just died like 10 times.
Yeah, I guess that's like the most fascinating aspect about him is that and also it's a new guy. I remember he got recast the one time, so not since the last time we saw him, I'm pretty sure, but I remember when he was recast, that was one of the notable things.
Well, they negotiate the Hound killing 2 of the guys. The Hound wants to do more damage, but they're like, nah, just hang him and get this over with. But then they all sit down and they're like, look, you've tried this whole peace thing. Look where it got you. You ain't meant for peace.
Honestly,
you're meant to fight. So come join us in the fight. We're headed north. We're coming for the White Walkers, damn it, and we need the Hound with us. So, how did you feel about the Hound's little bits this episode?
I mean, it's always brutal when he's taking on folks, much like his brother. He is quite good at murdering folks. So, I mean, it was totally valid though, at least on this occasion, to get revenge for his entire friends group, his village or whatever. Get revenge for them.
People.
Yeah, they didn't do anything at all. So definitely understandable. It was definitely unexpected to just see those characters pop up again, Dondarrion and all of them. But it made for some fun moments just because I was laughing when at this point the Hound is bartering on how much damage he's allowed to do to these folks until he finally settles on an appropriate amount of torture that would suffice his need for revenge. I mean, if anyone's going to go up there and fight those damn things up in the north, I mean, the Hound seems like a very great option. So this could be, I mean, he's got to do something, I guess, right? I mean, it's not like, I don't know where else he would really go with his story. So why not throw him into that? Let's have him fight some walkers.
And finally, we see Arya, and she is at the play once more. This time, she's getting some assistance from Lady Crane, who takes her back to her house and kind of brings her back to health. Who dresses those wounds.
He gets her turned up.
Gets her turned. Gives her that damn pain med to the max. I guess this is the morphine drip of Westeros for that ass.
I mean, she slept who knows how many days or however long
it wasn't really a drip. It was like a morphine, like pint, like whoop,
It reminded me of that meme where it's like 2 shots of vodka and she like pours in like the entire bottle.
And they have a nice exchange once more. She's in her little moments with Lady Crane before, well, the
tragedy strikes,
catches up and brutally kills Lady Crane. Tells Arya, "You did this, Arya."
It was like a really fucked up looking death. It was like, what'd she like break her in the chair, or it's like, I don't even know what I really saw. It was like a mangled mess of a woman bent over in chair legs and
Jesus. So this is how you know the wave. I don't know. This woman got too many sadistic tendencies behind those eyes. And so the hunt begins. Arya's leaping out windows, trying to run with this wound still.
It reminded me of like a chasing of like an action movie.
So she's on the move. She's running for her life. She gets trapped once more and takes this dramatic leap off of this damn like ledge. And it sends her flying down this huge ass flight of stairs.
It's like the longest set of stairs I've seen.
The wound obviously is ripped back open. She's bleeding everywhere on the orange. And now she's on the run once more through these little nooks and crannies of Bravos. Meanwhile, the waif is doing her best T-1000, doing her best Michael Myers, just slowly hunting down Arya through the street.
Like I said, she was just running the whole time, just with a tenacity.
Lord. Well, thankfully, Arya gets back to that little place she was at when she decided to go get Needle, as she had him stashed away. The waif comes on in and was like, "All right, girl, let's do this then." Arya's like, "All right, well, we're gonna level the playing field," and snatches out that light. She said, "Bitch, I've been training in the darkness when I was blind."
Yeah, you thought.
You thought, girl. And so Jack and Hagar comes back to his house in the black and white and finds the waif's face added to his
Brutal.
wall of face.
Arya just has a way with mangling people when she wants to.
Shit. So she's like, "Yo, did you send that beach to kill me or what?" And he's like, "I did, but here you are. And there she is. So there you go." And so it's like, "Now you have truly become no one." He's like, "Nah, bitch, I'm out of here. I am Arya Stark of Winterfell."
Yeah, fuck that.
And I'm going home. I'm getting out. I'm done with this mess. Jaqen gives her like a slight nod of approval as she walks away. I have to say, I always felt like it was a kind of win-win for Jaqen. I do think he had sensed that the waif was doing this, had this grudge against Arya, was doing this out of pleasure. And so
Yeah,
that's
I would
also
say so.
against being no one. That is not part of the philosophy of being a no one.
Yeah, she was very sadistic.
Yeah, so I think that was part of him sending her off. That was her own test, and she very clearly failed hard.
I mean, as hard as you could, I suppose.
Failed very much so. And Arya, she failed at being no one, but ultimately succeeded at life. Hey, no.
Hey, I mean, the waif's face got added to the wall if they wanted to bring her back, I guess.
So how'd you feel about Arya's moment this episode?
I mean, it was wild. I mean, at first it was just like, oh, well, that's nice. She's having these nice moments with Lady Crane, and in typical Game of Thrones fashion, I let my guard down and I like a character, and then a moment later, they're brutally murdered in the most foul way I could imagine. I still don't even know what I really saw with that chair and her, and I don't know what parts were her, what parts were the chair. I just know what I saw was horrible. But yeah, the waif has always been such a horrible, sadistic, annoying character, a thorn in her side, if you will. So I was nervous because we already clearly saw that she was very injured, and we also very clearly seen that every time that she fights the waif, she gets her ass kicked. So I was nervous that they were going to actually engage in some sort of battle because she was, whether she was fully healthy, blind, whatever, the waif was always going to win. It seemed like. But I'm glad that Arya, had a little plan eventually and got the upper hand. And apparently, I guess the waif had never trained in the dark before or anything like that. So that was her downfall, I guess, was just, well, clearly she had her face cut off and her eyes gouged out, and then Arya took it to the wall and put it up in the.
she got a little ladder.
That's what I mean. I don't know how. Like, I mean, I would have. That would have been interesting to see that whole process and all that stuff.
For the dramatic Arya.
I'm glad that she sent a message with her parting words, though. Like, hey, here's your little assistant woman on the wall. Let me ask my final question here. Did you do it and all that? And actually, I'm just gonna leave now. I don't need you anymore. And screw your little friend here. And I'm out of here. I do agree with you, though. I do think that it probably could have been a test of sorts. I guess for both of their sakes, more so for the waif in that she was, she was kind of straying from the path of what they're supposed to be about more so than Arya. Arya seemed to be much more in line with what they were going for, other than killing the waif. Yeah. But I mean, what can you really do, I guess, in that situation?
A name had to be added, so it wasn't going to be Arya's name today.
Yeah, she said, "Not me. I'm out of here." That's another thing I'll be intrigued to see where we take the story with Arya now. If she's kind of, well, now that she's not having to do the whole training with the Jaqen H'ghar and the faces, we finally closed the door on that chapter of her story and her arc and her her evolution of the character. I mean, I guess she's still able to do that. If she's no one, she can do, take faces and do all that stuff. Hopefully we'll see that again and say poor anyone that crosses her path, though, because Every time someone tries to cross Arya's path, we've seen that she's very violent. Both, I think the last 2 times she's killed somebody were some of the most brutal deaths in the whole show.
We have lots of mysteries that require predictions, I suppose. Arya says, I'm Arya Stark of Winterfell and I'm going home. And that's where we leave her. We have Cersei and Qyburn trying to find a way to get Cersei out of this trial because
cracking something up, cooking something up.
Everybody knows she's guilty as sin, so we can't have a fair trial.
No.
We have Varys off on a secret mission, Meereen under full attack, but Daenerys has arrived. Jaime presumably going to head back to King's Landing now that he's taken River Run, and Brienne on her way back up for Winterfell. We have the Hound possibly joining up with Beric and Thoros. And then, of course, all the stuff with Jon and Sansa doing anything and everything they can to desperately find people to fight.
And then other stuff. There's Bran, and
and then Bran is still alive
with Benjen,
probably warging.
That seems to be his thing. He likes to do most of the time when we do see him.
Yeah. So, what do you have predictions for these final 2 episodes, Tyler?
I imagine in these next 2 episodes we're going to get the big battle, for better or for worse, just because it's on the horizon. Hopefully, the righteous folk prevail and the evil people fall, as you hope for any battle between good and evil. I guess in Game of Thrones, it's not as much good and evil. There's a lot of middle gray area, but I'm rooting more for obviously Jon's side than I would be for Ramsay Bolton. As far as the other ones, I hope Daenerys, now that she's back and more powerful than ever, she's going to unleash her armies. She's going to, whether it be the Dothraki, if they get there in time, all 3 of her dragons, just flex, basically. I mean, why not at this point? You got this massive army. Just take out all these folks. You have the ability, you have the power, and the manpower as well. I could only imagine what wild, crazy stuff Qyburn's cooking up if he's checking on stuff to try and save Cersei. He's gonna need to cook up some crazy shit if he's gonna save Cersei from whatever punishment this time. If she's not allowed to do trial by combat, which I'm bummed out about because I wanted to see somebody try and fight the Mountain again. As much as Cersei is such a bad, villainous character that you don't want to root for, unfortunately, in this case, I kind of hope that she wins because I don't really think the High Sparrows are all that great. I think they're pretty terrible. So I kind of hope that she wins in some shape or form, takes out the High Sparrow. Maybe Tommen can come to his senses, and Marjorie. The Hound, now that he's with his new friends, his old friends, but a new mission. But that'll be fun to see whenever we get to that, if that's where we go with his character, him going up and fighting walkers. Whenever that, I mean, he's a big man. I think he could take a couple of them. They're not that big. I mean, some of them are pretty big. I remember them having some pretty big people in the past, but we'll see. I remember being traumatized when there was the giant ones. Those were pretty traumatizing back in the day when they were storming the wall. Well, Arya's off to go back home, I guess. Not sure where that's going to entail. It's pretty vague. We'll see. Hopefully we get some reuniting with her. Maybe she'll kill some people along the way. She's obviously still very angry. Just don't make any friends with anybody, because then you're going to get brutally murdered.
All right. Well, who were your faves and least faves this episode?
This episode, faves, Arya, Brienne. Well, I can't say Daenerys, because Daenerys only just walked in. She just walked in and didn't do anything.
She just made one fierce entrance and she didn't even say a word.
It was a great entrance, but I like Daenerys, but not in the. She can't go in the good category this time. Well, the Hound is fun. I always like the Hound. Cersei's just fun in a different way, a more devious way. So choosing violence against the High Sparrows, I can dig it in that sense.
Literally, I feel like that's the most iconic line from this episode.
Well, I choose violence. That is a good line. I didn't really like Jaime that much this episode, unfortunately, because he was, he has moments where he's great, and then he gets into that weird creeper mode with his sister, and it just kind of kills the vibe. Just a little bit.
Talking about throwing babies into the damn ocean and shit.
That's what I mean. It kills the vibe. When he's with Brienne and vibing with her, cool. But when he's talking to folks about how much he loves his sister and he'll do anything like kill your family and all that stuff, not so much. So maybe we'll put him in the bad category for the time being. The waif.
Gotta
Well,
throw her
no,
on one more time.
not R.I.P. You know, kick rocks. Say
Anti R.I.P.
Yeah, good riddance.
Mama didn't annoy you enough to get on there.
I mean, we can throw him on there. I mean, him and Lancel. We'll just throw him on there for good measure.
So goddamn Lancel on too.
Lancel trying to flex and looking like a fool. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna get violent. We're gonna get violent.
I mean, I guess it just shows you the High Sparrow he working overtime. You know, God worked good, but the High Sparrow worked the hardest. He is out here. I mean, Cersei is making moves at every turn that she can, doing power plays, and he's just a step ahead right now.
He's too powerful. He's a very cunning villain, and he needs to get taken out.
Again, of course, it helps when you have just like a pile of putty sitting on the throne who just does whatever the hell you tell them. So
yeah, I mean, I have to wonder if she didn't choose violence and the mountain didn't like rip that guy's spine out in front of everybody. I wonder if maybe we would have kept the trial by combat. Like, well, I think we have to change the rules a bit to fit this category of man. You know, when you were just when you were just a regular human, that was okay. But now that you're like an undead, monstrous man that can not be beaten, it seems, we might have to change the rules around a bit for you.
Lord. All right. Well, that was our reaction and discussion for season 6, episode 8. No one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead. Click like down below and subscribe to the channel so that you are always up to date on all of our latest videos, including each and every Game of Thrones reaction video. And of course, if you've seen the show, you know these next 2 should be pretty fun.
Exciting
Do you want
stuff.
to let everyone know where to find you?
Yeah, well, obviously you can find me on this channel talking about a bunch of different things, generally mostly Game of Thrones, but some other reactions along the way. You can also find me on my own YouTube channel. If you just search up my name, Tyler Calvert, you'll find reviews, reactions, rankings, unboxings, a bunch of stuff on there. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram, and it's Tyler Calvert.
Perfect. And make sure to let us know what you thought of season 6, episode 8. Did you secretly live for Cersei choosing violence? I know it's hard to admit sometimes, but come on.
I did.
Also, were you shook with Arya and the way? Let us know either in the comments down below, or you can hit either one of us up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.